So today's session is going to be yoga, of course, Hatha Yoga. So before we do that, I want to introduce myself. There's a lot of people on here, like Fran and Lana and Ellie and Sophie, that obviously I've taught for years, and there are people that don't know me. So I'm Kelly. I'm a yoga teacher, a life coach, a mentor, an author. You're an author. Is a yoga teacher, meditation teacher. And so I've been teaching for 11 years, traveled around the world, Costa Rica, Bali, Thailand. And so not just yoga over the next 7 days, but all these ways, self-care tools. So we're going to do yoga, Wim Hof breath, philosophy, workout, Kundalini. We're going to show you all the stuff that's been helping us through lockdown. So yeah, anything you want to add?
No, just I'm excited to do all the stuff. It's like all little bits of practices that we actually do all the time. We know all these different practices and we choose what's fitting to our mood, our energy type, and everything else. And so yeah, it's just exciting to share it all with you guys.
I'm excited too. So, so we're not doing dancing. We're not going to do dancing throughout the week, but it's not going to be today. I don't know if there's anyone there, but we'll give it a few minutes anyway. So if you've just joined us, ground yourself, so sit down on your mat. You can even sit cross-legged, or like Alan's doing, in kneeling pose. Or even if you do have any injuries, in fact this would be a good time. If you have any injuries or limitations, especially with knees and stuff, then there's a few poses that you won't be able to do. This is kind of really listening to your body, so don't push yourself. But this is going to be a very kind of relaxed and not hard yoga lesson. So if you're here, sit in cross-legged and palms facing up. You're just going to take a moment to ground yourself, everything that's happened in the morning, just kind of close that door to all those things. And close your eyes and take the biggest breath of the day so far. Throughout this lesson, try and breathe in and out through your nose if it's not blocked. Inhaling through the nose, the stomach will come out. Filling your whole body with new energy. And breathe out. Breathing in, filling the whole of your body. The stomach will come out, the chest will rise. And breathing out the nose. Set your intention. So the intention for us today is to invest into our body and our mind, and to stretch our body, to make us more present. Gently open your eyes and you go straight into alternate nasal breath. So if you haven't done this before, hello to everyone joining us. We're going to do alternate nasal breath. Now it is traditionally performed where you put the fingers in your head, but I'm not going to do that because you can't see your fingers. So if you like to, would you like to be more modern? So you're going to do right thumb, most of you may know this, but right thumb to the right side of the nostril, and you're really going to relax the shoulders. You're going to inhale from the left side, so do this slowly. You're going to hold your index finger down and release the thumb and breathe out slowly. Try not to move the body. See if you can feel the air land on the hand. And then when you're ready, everyone's got a different length of breath. You're going to inhale for the same side. Hold down the thumb and then release. So we're going to do this. So again, get comfy, whatever's comfy for you. I'm going to try it a little bit slower. If you do a really long breath. Okay? So we're going to do 4 seconds in and 4 seconds out. So right thumb to right side of the nostril, left up into the spine. I'm going to work with 4 second breath in, 4 second breath out. If for whatever reason yours is longer, then do this in your own time and ignore my words. So exhale first, and now inhale. Hold in. Hold the top and then breathe out. Exhale. Inhale for the same side. Hold at the top. Release and breathe out. Well done. Inhale for the same nostril. Hold and exhale. Try and keep focus on the breath. Don't worry if you get muddled with your nostrils. It's normal. The more breath into your left and right side of the brain will keep you balanced. This will prevent you from overthinking, which definitely can happen through lockdown, trying to figure it all out. But this is going to calm your brain. Hold it, and exhale. You can feel that warm air along the hand, that's you in the present moment. Inhale. Hold and exhale. Again, if you want to do this longer, feel free. In your own time. And exhale. Do this for one more minute. If you're feeling lightheaded, feel free to stop any time on how you're feeling and push through. Hold and exhale. Inhale. Well done. Someone's just looked at their video now and like, what are they doing? Breathing through the nose. It's good for your head. Inhale. Hold and exhale. A little bit longer, keep focusing on the breath. And breathe out. Inhale. And exhale. On that last breath, release the hand slowly. And now place your palm back onto your knee or your thigh. Lengthen up into the spine, feeling alert. And as your eyes are closed, just observe. So it's my job to guide you to experience something. You're just going to think this is a load of rubbish. You just observe. See if the breathing has made you feel any different. In yoga, breathing prana means new energy, new life force. So sometimes we just need a little bit more in our brain to balance us. Now gently open your eyes. Now we're going to move the body. So, slowly coming up. Hello everyone. I don't know who's there. I'm going to comment later. We're going to stand in, feet together, as our head chopped off. Very quiet. So we're going to stand up, if you haven't done already, and make sure your feet are together. And you've got a little bit of a head there. Awesome. So feet together. If you haven't done this already, feel free to just follow and do it slow. And if you have, then be mindful, because not only is this just to get us flexible, for me, I love Hatha Yoga. I mean, I didn't used to. But I love it because it keeps me grounded, and the more I focus on my body, when I get off the yoga mat, the more I'm able to focus and concentrate on the present moment. You know, when you're going up and down and bending and stuff, you can't think or worry about everything. So I think that that's why I like Hatha Yoga. So feet together, lengthen up into the spine, so your head, neck and back is straight. You're going to bring your hands together, your palms together, and your thumbs to sternum. Take a moment there just to close your eyes. Feel grounded from your left and your right foot. If you're wobbling, then feel free to undo your feet and open your eyes. Make an intention to focus on your body, not push. Now gently open your eyes. You're going to inhale, sweep your arms out to the side, all the way up over your head, about hip width apart, a little backward bend, and then breathe out the nose as you come down. Slowly come down, stretching the back of your legs and tuck your head in. Stay here for a few rounds of breath. Bend the knees slightly if you need to. Hello to anyone joining us. And then you're going to bend your knees, and you're going to place your palms down and step out with the left leg, and the left knee will land. And if you can, keep your toes curled. You're going to inhale, your arms are going to come out in front of you, a little backward bend, and then breathe out the nose. You can breathe and move at the same time. You're doing well. Palms land, then you're going to step the right foot back, hip width apart, bend your knees to start off with, push all that upper body weight to the lower, relax your neck and your head, and stay here in downward dog. If your spine is curled, it means you're trying to push too much. So bend the knees and push back and relax. Again, if you're used to this pose, just use the breath and ignore me talking. Get really into your body. This is a great way to see which parts have any tension. Then slowly come down to plank pose, so transferring the weight to the palms. The knees will come down. You're going to uncurl the toes if you don't have any knee injuries and come back to child pose. And then slowly come through to cat pose, all fours. Then your stomach's going to come down, hands either side of the chest, feet together, because snakes don't have legs, and come up. Did you know that?
Snakes don't have legs.
Snakes don't have legs.
Ah, all this time.
That's how I remember this pose. You're going to undo your little snake legs, curl your toes, and push back, and come back to that downward dog. So again, you're feeling a little bit tight in the back of the legs, so bend the knees. Now step through your left leg, right knee comes down, still keeping the toes curled. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Well done. Exhale, coming back. The arms will slowly come down. And then the right leg will come forward into forward fold. You can inhale as your arms come out to the side, all the way over your head, palms together, and come down to namaste. Not only is this an all body workout and a stretch, it actually unblocks your chakras, did you know? So this is a really good thing to do. So you're going to put feet together, and if you don't like doing it so still and rigid and traditional, put a bit of Beyonce on, and off you go. Okay, you can make this as funky as you want. So feet together, I'm going to do one more of these. Thumbs to sternum. Lift it up into the spine. Inhale, sweep your arms out to the side. It's very nice having my husband beside me. And then exhale, breathe out the nose. Again, noticing any tightness. Stay wherever you are. And then use the breath for a moment. Using that breath in and out the nose. Bending the knees, palms down, step out that left leg, left knee. Inhale, come up. Exhale, slowly come down. Palms come down, and then step with the right leg to downward dog. Tailbone to the ceiling. And really listening to your body, using the breath. Then bring your hips down into that plank pose, all that weight onto the palms. The knees come down. Uncurl the toes to child pose, that rounds. Stay there. Come up to cat pose. Stomach will slowly come to the mat, feet together. Why? Because snakes don't have legs. You give yourself that. Elbows in to child pose. Stay there for a few rounds of breath. You'll be breathing in the throat area in cobra. Now uncurl your toes. And then come back to downward dog. Stay here. Slightly bend the elbows. Step back. Now you're going to step up with your left leg, right knee lands. Inhale, come up. Exhale, breathe out, slowly out the nose. Again, being mindful, that's going to help you live in the present moment. The right leg's going to come up. Inhale, sweep your arms out to the side, all the way up over your head. Come down to namaste. Excellent. Oh, haha. You feel okay?
Yeah.
We just did a workout today, so this is good for him to stretch his body. So now we're going to do tree pose, Ekpadasana, as they say in Hatha Yoga. So your feet are going to be together. Head, neck and back are straight. Again, make sure you don't have tailbone sticking out like a duck. Tailbone in. And then you're going to put all weight on the left leg. And then slowly bring the sole of the foot to the inner calf or upper thigh. Don't put it on the joint. That's really bad for your joints. So either upper or lower. Check your hips are facing forward. And then come to namaste. Here it's really good to ground yourself. Use the breath. And have one pointed focus on something. So for example, I had my focus on the book. I kept focusing on my book. And then my book came into reality. So we need that carrot, that purpose. It's very easy to get distracted. So tree pose can help us in our life to increase concentration. Just opening out. Soften your shoulders and don't be afraid to fall. Not how you fall, it's how you rise. So again, just come back to that same side. Good. Just stay there. Keep your focus. And just be aware what your face is doing. It might be a bit clenched, so relax your face. Ten seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow motion. Bring the foot down. Still using that control. Well done. So I'm going to do the same the other side. I'm going to feel the burn. So, all the way onto the right leg, the right thigh is strong, hips are facing forward, and then the left sole is going to come to either upper or lower. That is good for you. Eyes looking right in front of you. And I love this pose because it really teaches me it isn't how I'm still all the time, it's how I rise, and that makes me stronger. So again, using the breath. We may be able to stay here a little bit longer, but don't be bothered when you fall over, just get back up. Don't forget to smile because you're amazing, you're doing something for your future self. Here you go, focus. Again, be aware of your body awareness so your hips aren't twisting out. If they are, just be aware. I've got this video to tell me what my note it is. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, slowly. Excellent, nice, feel the burn. So I'm going to slowly come down onto the mat. I'm going to come to, oh you can see me, thank you. I'm going to come down to one of my favourite poses. Stick Planasana, which is basically just a stick pose. It's really good to increase the strength of your spine. It's a really good stretch. So your feet are going to be together, going to come down onto your back. Your arms are going to be up over your head again, hip width apart, and feel like you're being pulled by your friends. So you're pulled from both sides, you're pointing the toes, and you're feeling like you're lengthening your spine, even your fingers. And stay here for a moment. Natural breath. Lengthening into the spine again. Take this chance to just pay that attention back to your body. How's it feeling? Taking responsibility. If you're feeling tension, maybe it's something you're keeping in. And yoga is a really good chance to just listen to our bodies. Now you're going to relax and bring your arms out to a T position with your palms on the floor. You're going to do a spinal twist. Like that. You're going to bend your right knee and then slowly you're going to twist it over you and you're going to turn your head the opposite way to your knee. Like Alan's, it doesn't need to be all the way down, it's whatever's good for you. If you like to place your left hand on it, it's a little bit of weight and feel free. I tend to crack each morning. And then stay here with the breath, diaphragmatic breath. As you inhale, some will come out. And exhale, some will come in. This is a neck twisting pose too. So make sure that your shoulders are grounded to the mat. Now you're going to bring it to the center. Usually I stay there longer, but it's just a 15-minute session today. Lengthen the leg out. We'll do the same with the left leg. So left leg will come up, bend it. Then exhaling it, breathe it out. You're going to drop it to the side. Turn your head the opposite way, tickling the armpit. Turn that the opposite way and stay here. Again, be aware of that twist on your neck and also twist on your spine and your hips. Use that breath in out the nose. And slowly bring your head to the center. Leg comes back to the center and lengthen the leg. Now you're going to slowly come onto your side. Pradhanasana, as they say in traditional yoga. And then you're going to use the support, again, come up really slowly. You're going to come up to onto your side, and then you're going to come straight into all fours, cat pose. So again, as you've seen, we've done all body stretch with a sun salute. You've increased your concentration on the tree pose. You've done your spinal twist to help your spine. You've done now, I'm going to do a spinal bend back and forth to also invest in your spine. So hands out in front of you, check that your 2 fists width apart in between your knees. The toes are uncurled, hands out in front of you so your shoulders are shadowing your hands. And here you're going to take a breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, you're going to push your hands away from the mat, tuck your head in, navel in, and then inhale as your head comes up, eyes to the ceiling, opening the heart, and then exhale, push all the way down to the mat, tucking your head in. This is investing into your spine. Inhale, and exhale. You can do this in your own time. The slower the better. Inhale. Nice, well done. Inhale. Opening the heart. And exhale. Now you're going to bring it to neutral and come back onto your knees. Again, if you don't have any knee injuries, if this isn't good for you, then just come to a sitting position. And come to child pose, and again, forehead to mat. And I love having the attitude, the baba for this is letting go and surrendering. So in this situation, really trusting in something bigger than us, working behind the scenes. That way you'll stress less. And just take a moment to breathe in and breathe out. If you're having any discomfort in your knees or your hips, then come up. And slowly come up to a kneeling position. Vajrasana, digestive pose. So you're going to rub your hands together, creating heat. And put your hands over your eyes. Just be the observer of this practice, this all body stretch. More breath into your body. And it's my job to guide you to experience, hopefully something for your future self. So now I'm going to guide you, bring hands to namaste. I see the light in you, and I hope you see the light in me. Namaste.
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 What are we up to time-wise? Because I had something to say before we go.
23 minutes.
Oh, okay, so much for 15 minutes. I always go over. Okay, so what I want to do is just give you, obviously I'll give you some ideas what you can do with the body for 15 minutes, maybe 23. But I wanted to give you a little bit of a philosophy or something that came to me this morning. So the main thing that I had written down already on my list was to remind you, you'll know this anyway, it's just a reminder that food is mood.
Yes, very much so.
You know, sometimes we don't realise that gut health really is connected to your mental health. So for us, smoothies, salads, jacket potatoes, sometimes we have pasta, stir fries, curries, stuff like that, you know, that's going to nourish our bodies. But it's not just the food, it's also you preparing the food and you putting in nourishing food into your body.
Yeah, very much so.
But that was what I was going to talk about in length. But I wanted to talk about the card that I got this morning, and it kind of, you know, brings up some stuff for me. It says, you're not for everyone. What's that? I'm dead. So this reminds me that there are going to be people in your life that don't like you, that don't understand you, and maybe in the past you may have annoyed someone, or even just you being you reflects something in them that they don't really accept. You know,
Yeah.
I know that I trigger a lot of people, and it isn't intentional, it's just one of those things. And even stuff that I've done wrong in the past, but I have to really come back to myself and know my intention and who I am now. And it's none of my business to try and make people like me. The most important thing is for me to like myself. So when I'm trying to, and I am an entertainer and I have been a people pleaser in my life, is I need to kind of revert all the energy back to myself, because it's a byproduct of self-abandonment. So it is really difficult to know that there's people out there that don't like me, but is it important to put my energy to myself and you, or start to fizz about the opinion that I really have no control over? So, do you have anything else to say?
Yeah, no, just that it's up to us. Like, maybe we can't control everything that happens, but we have control over how we react to all of those situations. So, I do with getting upset about things, I always come back to the same analogy, which is like in traffic, right? So you're in traffic and somebody cuts you off. Your natural reaction, the chemicals are released in your brain that make you react to that. It's a fight or flight mode, and you get angry, maybe you yell, or maybe you get, pissed off or whatever. But then after that, like 30 seconds to 60 seconds that those chemicals are being released in your brain, it's up to you whether you hold on to that feeling or you let that feeling go. So you could get cut off in traffic and then be like, well, wasn't that big of a deal. Nobody got hurt, turn something nice on the radio, and still have, the remainder of the 30-minute drive home as a really blissful, amazing situation. Or you can be fuming, you can relate that situation to everything else that's pissed you off throughout the day or throughout your entire life, and you can spend your entire next 30 minutes feeling miserable about what you've done. So it's the same thing for somebody doesn't like me or somebody does something that I don't like. It's up to me whether I'm going to hold on to that and let that affect me throughout my day, throughout my life, or if I'm going to let that go and focus my energy on things that are important to me. So, yeah.
Very American, and so thank you for everyone that's joined us. Again, it was really important for me and Alan to do this because I was like, I just feel really heavy. That people are in lockdown. We've had our own lockdown in our own way. It's just important for me if I'm feeling like bad about something. My character is to do something about it. So I'm going to share, and Alan's going to share with you the stuff that's really helped us. And do not think that we've had it easy. We've been apart 7 months, and I've had some other stuff that I've had to really do.
Sure.
So this has really helped us.
Yeah.
We want to help you if
Definitely.
you are